In this video, we'll talk about using the assistants in the contacts setup. When you set up a particular firm, you will set up multiple contacts, some of them being attorneys, some of them being the legal assistants, the secretaries or paralegals. Now, you can dig in deeper to the setup of the contacts tied to a firm, and you can tell RB who works for who, and basically who's an assistant of who. And this will take you a long way in dealing with the calendar and scheduling jobs, and also when you have RB Connect and granting access to who can see whose information from within a firm. So let's take a look at that setup. So right here, I'm in the contacts function, and I've pulled up the contacts for the OMTI law firm. And in this case, Jason Yee is the attorney, and Sally Martin is the paralegal. So in my example here, Sally is going to be an assistant of Jason Yee, and she will also need to be granted access to all of Jason Yee's information because she will be the one calling in the jobs, she'll be the one confirming, downloading the transcripts and things like that. So what we want to do is we can go into Jason's setup here, and what you want to do first is click on the edit button at the top. Now once you do that, you're going to scroll down until you see the grant access to and the grant access from sections. Since we're in a attorney setup, we want to grant access to somebody because the attorney will have all the work tied to their name, and so somebody needs to have access to their information. So Jason is going to grant access to whoever we add in this particular box. So what we'll do is we'll click the add button right here. And now over to the right, what RB will do is it will show you every other contact that is tied to that particular firm. So in my example, Sally's there. So Sally, yes, she should be granted access to Jason. So if I check off Sally here and I click save, you'll see her automatically appear. And if I do make a mistake, I can check her name and I can remove her if I wanted to. But I'm not going to in this example. And then I can click save and my setting is done. So basically we told RB now that Sally is granted access to Jason's information. Now, another way to check this, if we wanted to, we could actually click into Sally's setup, and if we scroll all the way down to her grant access to and grant access from sections, she's granted access from Jason. So once you do one of the setups in one of the contacts, RB will do the other side for the opposite. So you don't have to do it in two places. So that takes care of that setting, and now she has access to all of Jason's information.